guys? What's up, guys? We're back with some more Legends, and this is going to be replays, actually, because I didn't record these live. But here are my hits from yesterday. The day before that was 296, so I did better, but we got harder bases yesterday, so yeah, so I'm just going to be running you through the replays, and yeah, so I can kind of commentate a little better, maybe give you an idea of like what's going through my head a little bit better, and kind of just like it's better for kind of like the coaching side of things, like telling you what I'm doing, because while I'm actually doing the attack live, it's really hard to like run you through like what I'm thinking, what I'm gonna do, like my whole plan. It's really hard because I'm really trying to do good, lock in, get top 1,000. But let's go ahead and let's jump into the first replay. Okay, so here's the first replay. So on this base, when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, well, obviously we need to get a fireball to the core. And I was looking, I was like, well, could get flame flinger value, but it's not too much, and I feel like it's not worth it. But what we can do is we can charge this town hall. There are a lot of heroes there, which is scary, but we can use a skeleton spell to distract for a second to give our warden some time and get the furnaces down, because the furnaces will help deal with the heroes very nicely and it won't be nearly as bad. But I'm thinking at this point, like, how do we get the fireball to the core, right? So what we can do is you can go one invis right here on these super wizard and this bomb tower, one invis right here on this builder hut. It's mirrored, so one more invis, two more invis right here, right? So that's 4 invis. But you see that the town hall has an invis tower, so you can actually utilize that as a 5th invis for you, to help you. So what you can do is, as soon as this warden hits the town hall once, we're going to ice block him, and then we're going to put invis right where I just said, and the town hall and all that buildings will be invisible because of the tower, and you can actually utilize that to shoot a super deep fireball, which is really good. And that is it makes you feel really good at the game, because like, I don't know, it's just a super high IQ thing to do when you have 30 seconds to plan. So it's actually pretty sick. So we're just gonna rage up here for time, because when you charge the town hall like this, it's always takes so much time, just because getting through all the enemy heroes takes forever. So we're just gonna let him kind of walk this way and get the super wizard tower, and then we're gonna recall him over to the side. So use the siege barracks with the Sui, because I don't really have any other option. I can't use a log launcher or a flame flinger at this point, so I never used the flame flinger up top. So recall the warden, and now we just kind of let everything coast for a second, kind of manage them with spells when needed. And I'm thinking at this point, probably like try to use the RC for this bomb hive maybe, or the revenge tower. And yeah, it's kind of what we do. It's kind of weird, because then the king kind of gets the multi in the center and hurts the bomb hive, but we still go ahead and use the RC in hopes of getting the revenge tower with it, which we will. Or the queen might. I don't know. I was trying to lock in. I don't really remember. Looks like that was a poor totem placement, because I placed the totem in splash range of the revenge tower, but it doesn't matter. The base is crushed. So yeah, that's how we attack that base. That is how we approach it. That was probably one of the dopest fireballs I've ever done in Legends, to be honest with you, because like when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, I can actually do that. I was like super high game knowledge. You know what I mean? That's what separates like good players from bad players, game knowledge. So let's jump into the next attack. My brother's calling me, what the fuck? Okay, looking at this base, I actually used to have a base a couple of days ago that was very similar to this one, except the one multi was on the outside. Like this row, or this section over here, was a little bit different. Cocksucker has an air sweeper bait. But anyway, I used to use a flame flinger on this base, but there's not really much flame flinger value up there, so I ended up opting for a siege barracks. But the goal is to get the fireball on the rage tower, and the reason we picked this entry over here is because we would get the revenge tower if we fireball this rage tower, and on this one, it's just more, this rage tower has more value solely because of the revenge tower. So, yeah, that's why we picked this. And it's actually this was a time fail. This was a 92. But, I think it was a time fail, yeah. It just takes so long because I let the warden, you'll see, I let the warden work to take these storages out, and it takes him forever to get the storages, and it just takes a long ass time. I probably didn't need that Invisimap mortar, but you know, I still did for safety. Rather be safe than sorry in Legends. So yeah, the warden takes forever getting, because then he has to work on the revenge or the long shot as well. And I think at this point I had like 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and I knew I was cooked. I mean, it took way too long. And probably if I saved a headhunter for my warden down here, it probably would have not time failed. But you'll see here in a second, this king kills my warden. Yeah, see, if I had saved a headhunter for the king, it would have 3-starred. But that's okay. That is okay. But the Lalo gets great value. I mean, the Lalo, like, solos this whole back end, which is really, really sick. Maybe, no, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a time fail. Because the minion prince is still up. Who knows? But yeah, let's get... Now this one was a really bad, the 63 if you saw it, and you'll see why. I'm going to speed this up because this is honestly embarrassing, because it's on such an easy base. I've 3-starred so many times. This king, my warden, literally is at full health, and then all of a sudden, the king just kills him. I guess my headhunter I placed died and I wasn't paying attention, but I thought I'd go ahead and lure the CC out, but then watch. I don't know what happens to his head. Oh, the ice golem froze the headhunter, and that's how my warden died. Okay, yeah, so I'm surprised I was even able to still get the 2-star on this. I barely even got the 2-star. I thought I'd set a funnel with the RC and then just log down the fucking side and try. I actually have to use the recall to get my heroes back into the core. So I kind of funnel with the Lalo, and then send the heroes to the core, and we barely get the 2-star, which is kind of embarrassing. And then, yeah. Okay, let's jump into this base. So I've hit this base before, I'm pretty sure, and I came from the top, so that was my plan. We're gonna come from the top, and we're gonna log up the side, whatever side is kind of just looks better. I kind of just eyeball it, to be honest with you. I don't really have like a super good like method on how I pick which side I log launcher up. I just kind of just freestyle it every attack. So we let the warden coast. I thought that I might need a totem here, but turns out he's actually just fine. Use a rocket balloon in the freaking hog rider. Hog rider lasts really long. He lasted longer than I thought, to be honest with you. But this is another one of those attacks that take a lot of time to set up, which is kind of unfortunate. But we got it in time. I don't think it was super close on time, but still, it's one of those attacks that just take a long time to set up, because you want the fireball in the revenge tower. And it would probably be better to get it on the bomb hive or the multi-gear, but you can't really do that from the top entry like I did, but I don't really want to enter from the side because it's kind of a lot of damage and might take even longer. I'm not sure. I've never attacked that way. So we ice block 1-2. I could have wasted a 3rd or 4th invis to try to get a little bit more value in the core, but I thought it was just not really worth it, to be honest with you. And we log up the side. Now, the one thing I don't like about having the Spirit Fox on the King is that when he goes invisible, sometimes stuff locks onto my log launcher and it gets popped early, which is bad. So that's why I kind of use the RC over to the side right there, like with the Sui, which I normally don't do. My log launcher still gets popped a little prematurely, but it opens the walls, which is good, and that's kind of all I needed, to be honest. Yeah, and then right here I can use my RC ability after that multi-archer goes down to kind of get the stuff in the core. So yeah, and then the king can wrap around the side with his ability, and the queen and the RC goes to the core. And the base is pretty much crushed at this point, to be honest with you. The queen actually goes to the side, which is not great, but thank God we got the freaking Super Yeti clutched it. The Super Yeti clutched it, which is good. And then the Lalo just wraps around to the side, and the Warden dies, but it doesn't make a big difference. Let's jump into another one. Okay, so this base, I think I time failed. My approach was, I thought about coming from the town hall, but I couldn't really map the invis very good in my head in the 30 seconds I got to plan. So I was like, well, I'll just go from the bottom, which is kind of the safer bet. So I just went for the safer bet. Looking back, I probably should have went through the town hall, to be honest with you, because I could have sniped these two builder huts and went 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably got it to an air sweeper or something. And that would have been decent value. It's not the best, but I would have got the town hall and the revenge tower with that approach as well, so it probably would have been worth it. And then we flame flinger over to the side. It's not a ton of flame flinger value, but it gets a lot of trash buildings in the multi-gear, so I was like, well, I don't really have a better option, to be honest with you. So I was like, well, I think it's worth it for the most part. Kind of wasted a totem as well, an unnecessary totem. But even for having a bad approach, this was still only a time fail, which is not too bad. Not too bad. The queen goes to the side, and I have to recall the Warden because I don't want him to get drawn to her. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought this was gonna be a 70% something fail because nothing decided to grab the town hall, so I had to use freaking minions to go grab the town hall, which was it's not ideal. It's not ideal for sure. So then the Lalo actually puts in work, which was surprising, because usually my Lalo gets shredded. I almost swag the Lalo every attack, or I just use it to set up the fireball. But yeah, if the Warden didn't beat on walls, I probably would have 3-starred, but his AI is not very good. So yeah, it ends up being a time fail. Hell unfortunate. I hope you don't mind me going with 2 times speed. I'm kind of in a hurry today. I need to get somewhere, but so I'm kind of just putting these in 2 times speed. This base, I just straight up failed. I was trying to deploy the RC to get the revenge tower. Well, before I talk about that, obviously, I think it's, if you know anything about Clash, I think it's obvious. Fireball the friggin' rage tower. I mean, there's not really much other fireball value. So, and then the plan after the fireball is to send the king on the outside and the queen into this multi-inferno and spitter compartment with a log launcher, and then kind of let your Warden walk around and then recall him to the side over there once he's kind of going to be in the range of the bomb tower or the bomb hive shots. And then for the revenge tower and the bomb hive, you're supposed to use the RC, but I accidentally deploy her over here, right at this building, instead of over here so she could path to there, which was kind of shitty. And then I recall the Warden back over here, but you'll see here in a second. I placed my freaking RC over here instead of, because I waited. See, I waited till she took out that so I could have a better path, but I accidentally placed her over there, and I was like, fuck, this is a fail, because I don't have anything for the revenge tower and the bomb hive, and I kind of just wasted it, which was bad. And then, yeah, then she goes, if I would have just not placed her like an idiot, and we got the bomb, or got the revenge tower, it would have been a 3-star. So it ends up being a 96, I think. I backed out of the attack because I was pretty pissed off, I'm gonna be honest, because I was like, dude, this was an easy 3-star. I just fumbled. I just fumbled the bag so hard, which was hella annoying. So yeah, I was a 96. I'm just gonna get out of it. And then for this base, I mean, dude, someone like me, man, you can't give bases like this to someone like me. Stuff might get scary, because this is just so much fireball value. There's no way you could fail. With a fireball, there's no way. There's no way. If you get it to a builder hut or the rage tower, you get so much fireball value. Your quakes almost don't cover a big enough radius to get all of it, which is crazy. To see, I don't even think I have to explain on this one. I probably should have let him walk to get that revenge tower so I could send because you'll see I have to send the heroes through there to get it, which I don't really love. I would have rather sent them more over here with a straight shot to the town hall, but you see I kind of have to send the king and then just recall the warden out of the way of the spitter, because you don't want the spitter shooting through your warden, because that's definitely not good. And then the monolith, the goal was to keep the warden alive as long as possible. So I used the RC up top here in a second to get the monolith so we can keep our warden alive a little longer, because the monolith will cook the warden if he has other stuff attacking him, which he would. So we just kind of keep him alive, and then we just kind of sacrifice the RC, to be honest. And then the Lalo pretty much does nothing. I could have swagged it, to be honest with you, but I was like, I don't want to try to swag it and then just fail straight up. And I also forgot to put the hound in, not headhunter. Headhunters are useless. They always die. Let's jump into the last one. I actually swag my Lalo and a recall spell in this one, and I needed this triple so bad. So the plan was, I was like, well, I wanna fireball something down here, but I don't really want to walk into a revenge tower and a minion prince and a king. So I was like, well, I'll come from the side, which is what I do. And obviously, to get the town hall on a super isolated one like this, you got to use a log launcher every single time, pretty much. If it's a ring base, maybe you can use a flame flinger to kind of funnel one side out and have your heroes meet that side that's funneled, and then pop your king ability and they'll go to the town hall. And sometimes that works best, but sometimes it's best, but probably 75% of the time you want to opt for a log launcher on isolated town halls. So we get out this multi-arch because it's good for the warden, so it creates better, not creates better, but how do I word it? It makes the fireball easier. I don't have to waste an invis on that multi-arch, and it's also easier for my log launcher to get to the core, so I don't have it targeting my log launcher prematurely like the X-bows do. So we're going to let him work and get this X-bow, and then we're going to shoot this fireball onto this Rico cannon. So one invis, 2 invis, 3 invis, because I went on the Rico, so I can get the CC, and boom, we get the entire core, and we just let him kind of coast. We don't need the recall right now because there's nothing really that's threatening him. So that's why we swagged the recall, because we don't need it. We can just let him coast. So we use the log launcher. We distract the long shot with a totem. I didn't expect him to have a Tesla right there, but we placed the log good enough that it gets it out, and the log actually gets the town hall. So, skeleton spell for the Sui. I usually always use it for the Sui. Almost always. Not every time, but most of the time. And then we use the RC to get the revenge tower, because I think once you take out 43% of the base, I think the revenge towers does the most damage it can. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I never read the stats or looked into that. But yeah, we swag our Lalo and our recall on this base, which is sick, and that was a great way to end the day. So I think I'm going to make the title of this video I swag my Lalo in Legends or something like that. Actually, I need to take a screenshot of this. That's tech. That is tech. So yeah, base absolutely crushed, and then hopefully today we can clutch up. We've been getting, I don't know if you can consider this good defense. I don't know, dude, because once again, it's all about luck. I literally saw a guy, he ran the same base I did at top 400, and he was minus 207. And I'm minus 271 at 9k reset, not top 400. So it just proves it's all about luck. But yeah, so anyways, I am going to record a video tonight. If it's decent, I will post it, and if I don't feel like posting it, I probably won't either. But anyway, yeah, I will see you guys soon, sometime.